Most teens don't wear cologne. That means best case scenario, you don't smell like anything. But since you clicked on this video, I will make you the best smelling guy at your school with these 5 fragrances. First one being is Coach Open Road. This one is one of my newest fragrances, and since it just came out, most people don't even know it exists. And that's great because unlike most popular colognes, nobody else is wearing it. So this is a great way to smell unique and different from everybody else, because when it comes to colognes, most people don't wear them, or in that select few of people that do wear them, they're all wearing the same ones, which is things like Dior Sauvage, Aqua de Gio, and Bleu de Chanel. And look, these are great fragrances that I personally own, but all the ones that I'm going to be talking about in this video are way better, and Coach Open Road is a perfect example of that. Now this one's more of a summer fragrance because it's lightweight and fresh. It has some citrus notes, so it smells just like summer should. Now I love these kinds of fragrances because they're more subtle and they're not too musky like most winter colognes are. So that means that people next to you sitting in class will not get a headache from your cologne. In fact, it's going to do the exact opposite. People are going to love your scent because it's so relaxing, it's so breezy. That's exactly what you want, and Coach Open Road will do exactly that. That's assuming that you don't overspray it, because let me tell you, most teens that do wear cologne overspray it, so don't be one of those guys. When it comes to subtle fragrances, I go 5 or 6 sprays, but the things are a little bit heavier, I would go 3. Now I purchased mine for about 90 bucks, and I know it's a little bit expensive, but don't worry, I'm going to be giving you some more affordable options if that's too much for you. That being said, the next one is going to be Burberry Hero. Although this one has been out for a while, it's still one of the most underrated colognes in my collection. This one is fresh and aromatic, but it's still pretty woody, which means it's perfect for the fall. And when you're going into that back to school season, for the first part, yes, it's summer, it's still a little bit hot, but before you know it, you're going into the fall, and that's why I really like fall fragrances. Burberry Hero is one of my favorite ones. Now, unlike most fall and winter fragrances, this one isn't too much. Like I said, it's still aromatic, and so people are going to love this when you wear it around them. So plan ahead, pick up a good fall fragrance, and Burberry Hero is the one. This one is coming in at $110, so yes, it's a little bit steep, but let's be real, most designer fragrances are. And I do vouch for the prices of colognes because although they are expensive, they do last a long time. For me, it is rare to run out of a cologne, especially because I do pick up the bigger bottles, and so even though I'm paying quite a bit for it, it is going to last me a long time. And especially if you pick up the right one, which I said Burberry Hero definitely is, it's just a one purchase that you can make that will take you so far. Because if you're trying to upgrade your life, which I take if you're watching this video and subscribe to the channel, that you're trying to become the best version of yourself. But one of the most overlooked ways to do that is smelling better, and having a good cologne will help you do that. And let me tell you, the reactions you get while wearing this are just unmatched. People are going to love smelling you. You're always going to get compliments, and one of my favorite compliments to get is that you smell nice. And Burberry Hero has gotten me the most compliments when it comes to colognes. And like I said, it's still a fall fragrance, but it's not going to be too heavy, so it's perfect for sitting in class, and it'll definitely get the job done. So if you want to be one of the best smelling guys when it comes to the back to school season, definitely pick up this cologne. Next one is going to be Ellis Midnight. Finally, an affordable cologne. Like I said, I promised you some, and this one is definitely one of them. This one comes in at $35, but don't let that price fool you. This is still one of the best colognes that I own. It's sweet, it's smooth, and if you like those vanilla colognes, this one is perfect. And in my personal experience, when it comes to dates or just going out with girls, I notice I get a little bit more attention when I wear those sweeter colognes around girls. So if you have some girls you're trying to impress and you want to do it by smelling better, definitely check out something like Ellis Midnight. And it works for pretty much anything. Like I said, going on dates, going to class, then this one is definitely the one that you should pick up. And let's be real, that price tag, you're not going to be sacrificing too much. And the bottle's actually pretty big, so it is going to last you a while. And so a cologne like this is definitely one of the best bang for your bucks. Ellis is known for having good, affordable options. And out of all Ellis colognes, this one is definitely my favorite. And I mentioned earlier about the fall, I also really like sweet colognes for the fall, so this one is going to be a good option. That being said, even with $35, I've seen this go as cheap as $20. They're having sales. I actually put on so many people on this. When it comes to colognes, I feel like not enough people talk about Ellis. So again, it's an underrated option for the price, one of the best ones out there. And yes, it's going to make you smell better than everybody else when you're going back to school, which again is the point of this video. And if you're enjoying it so far, make sure to leave a like. All right, let's move on to the next one, and that is going to be Mont Blanc Legend Spirits, another great option for around $35. So I don't want to hear that I don't give enough affordable options, because this is 2 back-to-back, and for $35, it's still one of the most complimented colognes I've ever had. In fact, I own over 20 bottles of colognes, and to categorize it in the colognes that I receive the most compliments with, Legend Spirit is definitely up there. It has great citrus and aquatic notes, which again means it's not too musky, and nobody around you is going to complain about smelling too much. And in fact, people are just going to enjoy being around you because it's one of those colognes that people can't get enough of. This one is definitely a people pleaser, so if you want compliments for an affordable price, you need to pick up this cologne. When it comes to those aquatic scents and all those things, although I typically keep it for the seasons, I know if I'm going to be around a lot of people, which in school you obviously are, no matter the season, I think these scents are still going to be the best ones for school, because again, when it comes to stuff like Dior Sauvage or those really heavy colognes, those are great for night outs and when you're not around too many people. And those are very easy to overspray, so be careful with those. But the ones that I'm suggesting, you can't really overspray it unless you actively try to, which again, with these, 5 to 6 sprays and you'll be good for the rest of the day. And if you want to know the best places to spray them, I prefer left, right, on the back of my neck, on my wrists. But another thing that you have to keep in mind, you want to keep everything clean. And if you're growing some facial hair that you need to get rid of, you need to do it soon. And one of the best ways to do that is going to be with Use Electric Shaver, which is actually the sponsor of today's video. Now look, a lot of guys out there, they hate shaving because it's tedious. And I definitely agree, but it doesn't have to be, especially with today's video sponsor, Use. Use is an electric shaver that makes shaving so much more easier. With the double ring arc blades that are smooth, soft, and non-irritating to the skin, not only does it make shaving a lot easier, but it makes it feel that much nicer. Now, just from the packaging, you could tell this is a luxury product, not only because the way it looks, but because the way it shaves. I've been using it for some time now, and it made everything so much easier, especially with the compact design. It's built durable with the fuselage being all alloy die casting, making it resistant to anything scratching it. Because like I said, this thing really is built durable. It's not no cheap razor that you could find in any other place. I'm telling you, everything about this is luxurious. The cutter blade is a stainless steel blade, self-sharpening, which makes it sharper as you use it. And let's talk about how easy it is to clean. Because it's completely sealed, it makes it waterproof, which means you could rinse it directly, and you could also use the brush that it comes with. The design of it, like I said, very compact, very durable, so I like to take it with me in all my travels. Very easy to disassemble with the high temperature magnetic design, so even after making your shave a lot easier, it's just as easy to clean it up after. It charges with a normal USB-C port, and honestly, who doesn't have one of these lying around? Now look, with this thing, because it's so easy, it doesn't make shaving as tedious as it normally would be. So every morning, right before even leaving the house, I want to make sure that I have a nice shave so that way I don't look dirty, and all you need is less than 5 minutes with this thing. Now of course it all depends on your hair. I don't let mine grow out, and because I have a clean shaven face, it makes this Use electric shaver even that much easier. Now I guarantee you, you've never had a razor like this, so you definitely got to try it out for yourself. The link's gonna be the first one in the description, so that way you can look a lot more attractive with a clean shaven face or just maintaining any type of facial hair that you have, all with the help of Use. All right, the next one is gonna be Hugo Boss the Scent. Funny enough, I heard about this one because it's really famous for being Niall Horan's signature scent. Now, let's be real, that's a handsome man and people freak out about him smelling good, so this secret is out. Hugo Boss the Scent is the way to do that. Also coming in around $100, it's a little out there, but still one of my favorite colognes nonetheless. It's warm, fresh, masculine, without being too out there. Again, great for the fall and winter. And so if you want to prepare in advance, this one is definitely going to be one of the best ones to do that. I definitely love this one for the colder seasons. It's a classic and you definitely can't go wrong with it. Now look, when it comes to colognes, this is something that I wish I got into earlier. If you're on the edge and thinking, I don't know if I should spend the money on a cologne, just keep in mind, I wish I did sooner. I didn't get into designer fragrances until after high school. So again, take that leap of faith and I promise you it's going to change everything for you. The compliments are going to be way out there. People are going to want to be around you, all because you smell better than everybody else, and that's the perfect way to stand out. Now look, if you're on the absolute budget, don't worry, I've been there, so don't even worry about it. If you really want to try those designer fragrances, there's some subscriptions out there that you can get designer fragrances for cheap. Everything's going to be linked in the description, including the sponsor of today's video. That's going to be the first one. So if you want to make shaving easier, it's definitely going to be right there. But if you want to know the rest of the back to school essentials, then I have a video that's going to show you exactly that. Other than that, I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you in the